Welcome to College Briefing. The content of the briefing includes how post office lawyers pushed boundaries in UK sub-postmasters scandal. Do you have giant hailstones at your place? Don't just take photos, put them in your freezer for science. House where 4 University of Idaho students were killed is set to be demolished. USC's Moss throws Holiday Bowl record 6 TD passes in 42-28 win against number 16 Louisville. The Grinch didn't steal the Holiday Bowl. Addition by subtraction helped USC in a big way. How post office lawyers pushed boundaries in UK sub-postmasters scandal. Financial Times. The UK Post Office's lawyers face scrutiny in a public inquiry into the wrongful prosecution of sub-postmasters using flawed evidence. The inquiry has revealed that the lawyers employed contentious and aggressive legal tactics, resulting in innocent individuals being bankrupted and imprisoned. The lawyers are accused of blocking disclosure of key documents and using tactics to pressure sub-postmasters into pleading guilty to lesser charges. The flawed evidence came from the post office's faulty IT system, which led to wrongful claims of theft, false accounting, and fraud against sub-postmasters. The scandal has been described as one of the greatest miscarriages of justice in modern British legal history. Multiple suicides have been linked to the scandal, while dozens of individuals have died without receiving justice. The public inquiry will continue until at least 2024 and is expected to shed further light on the tactics employed by the post office's lawyers. Do you have giant hailstones at your place? Don't just take photos, put them in your freezer for science. ABC. Scientists at the University of Queensland have asked Australians to preserve any hailstones they find following winter storms to help improve weather radar systems. Hailstones are scanned using a 3D scanner, and the information extracted is used to compare stones from different areas. The rings within hailstones are then compared to weather radar data to improve the accuracy of future predictions. House where 4 University of Idaho students were killed is set to be demolished. Associated Press. The house in Idaho where 4 University of Idaho students were killed last year is set to be demolished. The owner of the rental home donated it to the university earlier this year. University officials view the demolition as a key step toward finding closure and helping the healing process for the community. Some of the victims' families have opposed the demolition, calling for the house to be preserved until after the man accused of the slayings has been tried. Contractors estimate that it will take a few hours to demolish the house and several more to clear the site. USC's Moss throws Holiday Bowl record 6 TD passes in 42-28 win against number 16 Louisville. Associated Press. Miller Moss, standing in for the opt-out Caleb Williams, set a record for touchdown passes in the Holiday Bowl with 6 on Wednesday, as Southern California defeated Louisville 42-28. Moss completed 23 of 33 passes for 372 yards, 1 interception and no interceptions. The Grinch didn't steal the Holiday Bowl. Addition by subtraction helped USC in a big way. Yahoo! USC's 2023 Holiday Bowl win over Louisville showed how addition by subtraction helped the team perform. Quarterback Caleb Williams opted out of the game and Malachi Nelson went in the transfer portal. But it seemed to be a blessing in disguise for USC. Dorian Singer, Mario Williams and Michael Tarquin were holding the offense back, while Alex Grinch and Dante Williams were holding the defense back. Taylor Mays deserves credit for how well the depleted secondary played, and the addition of new blood in the wide receiver core also helped. Lake Erie College, Lakeland Community College officials facing budget challenges. Yahoo! Lake Erie College has expanded its programs, partnerships and educational offerings in 2023, while welcoming a new president and exceeding enrollment goals. It has also received donations and grants totaling nearly $25 million in the year, and introduced a new Master of Educational Leadership program. The college is currently addressing budget concerns for fiscal year 2024, and looking ahead to the demographic cliff facing all colleges in 2025. Its priorities for 2024 include optimizing budget and the Now and Forever campaign. There are also plans to decrease mandatory general education requirements to allow for more career skills training, establish clear enrollment goals for different student cohorts, and welcome up to 172 students to its new Tower Residence Hall in the summer. In 2023, Lakeland Community College saw accomplishments in transition with several projects, partnerships and programming ventures, as well as a recent round of layoffs. A total of 664 students received associate degrees in May, including 67 college credit plus students representing 18 high schools. The college was ranked number 2 community college in Ohio and Lakeland's first cohort of students earning the Associate of Applied Science in Physical Therapist Assisting degree graduated. Lakeland also extended its partnership with Cardinal Credit Union to offer students, employees, and alumni a Lakeland-branded Rewards Visa credit card. The college is now looking to appoint a new president and expanding, modernizing and renovating its engineering building, E-Building. It has received a $4.2 million grant to renovate its Industrial Skills Training Center for Advanced Manufacturing. Karen Drones helps Virginia Tech beat number 23 Tulane 41-20 in Military Bowl. Associated Press. Virginia Tech defeated number 23 Tulane 41-20 in the Military Bowl on Wednesday. Karen Drones rushed for 176 yards and a touchdown and threw for 2 scores, while Bashal Tootin added 136 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. The Hokies snapped a 4-game losing streak in bowls with the win. Tulane was without star quarterback Michael Pratt and lost Justin Ibiada to injury in the second quarter. In the Duke's Mayo Bowl, West Virginia beat North Carolina 30-10 to finish the season 9-4. Garrett Green threw for 204 yards and a touchdown, and Beanie Bishop Jr. returned a punt 78 yards for a score. North Carolina played without quarterback Drake May and top receiver Tez Walker, who opted out of the game. Prague gunman murdered baby days before university attack, police say. The Independent. David Kozak, the shooter responsible for the mass shooting at Charles University in Prague, had confessed in a letter to killing a 2-month-old baby and her 32-year-old father in a national forest just days before the rampage. The letter was found at Kozak's home and confirmed by Czech police spokesman Jan Danek, although the contents were not disclosed due to the ongoing investigation. Kozak had entered the university armed with an AR-15 and opened fire, killing 14 people and injuring 25. He later died by suicide. The Czech government has declared December 23 a national day of mourning in response to the shooting. Louisville football entered Holiday Bowl with better record, but USC proved more talented. Yahoo! USC quarterback Miller Moss threw a Holiday Bowl record 6 touchdown passes in a 42-28 win over Louisville. The Trojans' 7-5 record belied their talent and star power, with Moss replacing 2022 Heisman winner Caleb Williams. Moss tied the previous Holiday Bowl record with 4 touchdown passes in the first half, on 13-4-18 throws for 281 yards, to give the Trojans a 28-14 lead. The Cardinals benefited from a 61-yard interception return from cornerback Quincy Riley in the third quarter to bring them within a score of USC. These are the type of low-carb foods that help slow weight gain, new study shows. Yahoo! Replacing refined carbohydrates, such as white bread, white rice, and sugary cereals, with whole grain foods and cutting back on animal-based fats and proteins can help reduce the amount of weight people gain, according to an analysis of data from nearly 125,000 healthy adults. In addition to the growing evidence that diets containing healthy carbohydrates and plant-based proteins and fats are associated with slower long-term weight gain, the study also found that people who improved the quality of their diets gained less weight over the course of the 4-year study. Pirates and rebels on the seas, why India is sending 3 warships west. ABC. India has deployed 3 warships to the Arabian Sea after a drone attack on a ship carrying oil to the country. The ship, MV Kempluto, was hit by a drone on the weekend while in the Arabian Sea off India's western coast. No casualties were reported, and a fire on board was extinguished after causing some structural damage. The Arabian Sea is situated near 2 of the world's busiest shipping lanes, in the Persian Gulf and the Red Sea, both of which have recently been disrupted due to attacks. India targets Apple over its phone hacking notifications. Washington Post. Apple has accused the Indian government of trying to discredit it after it warned journalists and opposition politicians that government hackers may have tried to break into their iPhones. Senior officials from the Modi administration called Apple's representatives in India to demand that the company help soften the political impact of the warnings. They also summoned an Apple security expert from outside the country to a meeting in New Delhi, where the government representatives pressed the Apple official to come up with alternative explanations for the warnings to users. The intensity of the Indian government's effort to discredit and strong-arm Apple alarmed executives at the company's headquarters in Cupertino, California. Jiang Ping, the conscience of China's legal world, dies at 92. New York Times. Jiang Ping, a legal scholar who was hailed as the conscience of China's legal world, has died in Beijing aged 92. Jiang helped lay the foundation for China's civil code and was one of 4 professors who helped oversee the drafting of China's first civil rights framework in the 1980s. He was also known for his support for the student protesters of the 1989 pro-democracy protests in Tiananmen Square. As a result, he was removed from his position as president of the university but remained popular on campus. Jiang was also involved in the drafting of China's property, company and contract law. In recent years, Jiang had called for greater human rights and constitutional democracy in China. One of his most famous phrases was "rule of law for the whole world." How the watermelon emoji got tied up with the Israel-Hamas war. The Sydney Morning Herald. Watermelons are being used as a symbol of solidarity with Palestinians in the ongoing conflict between Israel and Hamas. The fruit is being painted on cardboard at protests and used in display names and emojis on social media. Watermelons are grown in the Gaza Strip and the West Bank and share the same colors as the Palestinian flag. The fruit has been used as a symbol of identity and resistance by Palestinians for many years. The watermelon symbol has become more widespread during the current conflict and is used as a way to show support without being censored on social media platforms. Hello, viewers. It's your friendly neighborhood 6 doctor here, bringing you the latest news from around the world. Let's dive right in, shall we? First up, we have a shocking revelation from the UK post office scandal. It turns out that the lawyers employed by the post office played dirty, using aggressive tactics and blocking the disclosure of key documents. Innocent sub-postmasters were bankrupted and imprisoned as a result. This scandal is truly one of the greatest miscarriages of justice in modern British legal history. It's a reminder that even those who are supposed to uphold the law can sometimes bend it to their advantage. In other news, scientists in Australia are asking citizens to preserve hailstones for scientific research. Yes, you heard that right. Instead of just taking photos of giant hailstones, they want you to put them in your freezer. These frozen gems will be scanned and analyzed to improve weather radar systems. So, next time it hails, don't just run for cover, grab a Tupperware container and contribute to science. Moving on to a more somber story, a house in Idaho where 4 University of Idaho students were killed is set to be demolished. This decision has sparked controversy, with some of the victims' families opposing the demolition. They want the house to be preserved until after the accused has been tried. It's a difficult situation, and one can only hope that the community finds closure and healing through this process. Now, let's talk about sports. USC's Miller Moss had a record-breaking performance in the Holiday Bowl, throwing 6 touchdown passes in a win against Louisville. It seems that sometimes, addition by subtraction can work wonders for a team. The absence of certain players allowed others to step up and shine. It's a reminder that sports can be unpredictable and full of surprises. Speaking of colleges, Lake Erie College and Lakeland Community College are both facing budget challenges. These institutions are working hard to address budget concerns and adapt to the changing landscape of higher education. They are exploring new programs, partnerships, and enrollment goals to ensure their continued success. It's a tough road ahead, but with determination and innovation, they can overcome these challenges. In international news, India has deployed 3 warships to the Arabian Sea after a drone attack on a ship carrying oil. The Arabian Sea has become a hotspot for attacks on shipping lanes, causing disruptions in the region. It's a tense situation, and India is taking steps to protect its interests. On a different note, Apple is facing accusations from the Indian government. The government claims that Apple is trying to discredit it after warning journalists and opposition politicians of potential iPhone hacking attempts by government hackers. It's a case of he said, she said, and tensions are running high. It just goes to show that even tech giants can find themselves caught in political crossfires. Turning our attention to China, we mourn the loss of Jiang Ping, a legal scholar known as the conscience of China's legal world. He played a significant role in shaping China's legal framework and was a vocal advocate for human rights and constitutional democracy. His passing is a loss for the legal community and a reminder of the importance of standing up for what you believe in. Lastly, we have a quirky story about watermelons and their unexpected role in the Israel-Hamas conflict. Watermelons have become a symbol of solidarity with Palestinians, as they are grown in the Gaza Strip and the West Bank and share the same colors as the Palestinian flag. It's a creative way for people to show support without being censored on social media. Who knew that a simple fruit could carry such meaning? And there you have it, folks, the latest news from around the world. Remember, knowledge is power, so stay informed and keep those questions coming. What are your thoughts on these stories? Let's hear it. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.